PCOS shock spectrum. ये शुरू गसान वारिया अर्ली थे वारिया लेट थे एम्स में भी कुछ साल पहले ही IVF स्टार्ट हुआ. If you're stressed, the hormones are the hormones become dysregulated.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Beyond the Headlines. I'm your host Nazir Ganai. Today we are discussing a very important issue that's concerning the whole of Jammu and Kashmir, especially Kashmir region, and we are discussing with some of the prominent faces in this field, and they are going to tell us why this infertility is rampant in Kashmir region. Tell us something why this infertility is going rampant in Kashmir.
Number one, it may be because of the lifestyle changes. We are not taking good diet. The ladies are getting married. They are career conscious and they are getting married at a very late age. That may be the reason for that. And we have metabolic disorders rampant in our society, and that is the reason for infertility.
Sonia, I think a lot of these participants have been keenly listening to your conversation and presentation. Tell us why this infertility is going rampant.
It is rising. There is no doubt about it. We know that the TFR, total fertility rate, has declined in the country, and barring 3 states in the country, the rest are all showing a decline. This is the latest index that has come out. So that is one thing, but why it is happening is that the conditions are different for different areas. Like she mentioned, for Srinagar, those are the causes for urban decline in fertility. But in the rural belt, it's more of infections. It's more of infections, pesticides and fertilizers. So these are the causes. And then in places like Delhi, environmental pollution is at its umpteenth level. We are really living in a gas chamber. So these factors are definitely causing a problem with the fertility or reproduction of women. Also of men. We did a long-term study of 10 years and saw that the semen count declined, and then we had the CNG gas, non-pollutant thing that they are using now instead of petrol.
Yeah.
So when that started, levels again became all right. And then again now, because of the environmental pollution, they're declining again. So male infertility is also hit by COVID. Okay, so all these factors are actually causing
जब हम
a problem.
कश्मीर की बात करते हैं, and lot of experts also they also painted this kind of picture that citrus is on a higher side, and since Kashmir has also gone and witnessed turmoil, and it has also witnessed difficult situations because of that also.
Very important factor.
उसका कितना
Stress is a very important factor because see, it's after all the brain that controls everything. So if you're stressed, the hormones are the hormones become dysregulated, and so because of the stress hormones increasing, it causes a problem at the central level, and then it comes down to the ovaries and testes, and so men are stressed, women are stressed. Women are showing it more because they are basically different from men. They are very labile in their reactions, and you find a lot of women getting emotional about it.
We have a very prominent doctor with us. आपसे ये जानना चाहेंगे कि ये जो कश्मीर में इस वक्त सिचुएशन है, एंड लॉट ऑफ चाइल्डलेस कपल आर देयर, दे आर एक्सप्लोरिंग द ऑप्शंस. आपके गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल्स में ऐसी फैसिलिटीज अभी तक है नहीं. क्लिनिक्स तो आ गए हैं, फर्टिलिटी क्लिनिक्स तो आ गए हैं, लेकिन अभी तक इस सिचुएशन को आप कैसे देखते हैं, एंड व्हाट वुड यू सजेस्ट टू दीस कपल?
गवर्नमेंट हॉस्पिटल पहले जो बेसिक्स हमारे हैं, एंटीनेटल जो है प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज़ का ट्रीटमेंट जो है, या बाकी जो प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, बाकी जो फीमेल रिलेटेड प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, वो प्रायोरिटाइज होती हैं. इवन एम्स में भी कुछ साल पहले ही IVF स्टार्ट हुआ, हार्डली 4 या 5 साल पहले. ओनली 10% ऑफ कपल्स इन अ पॉपुलेशन suffers from infertility. So government has other priorities, not only the infertility. I would definitely like to make it a priority also, so that though that strata of society which can't afford private care, definitely government should think over it seriously and start IVF facilities in tertiary care hospitals of the valley.
जो कश्मीरी listeners, कश्मीरी viewers आपको देख रहे हैं, तिमन खतर क्या मैसेज था? यम इमीडिएटली खानदर करन पता इसका सिचुएशन ये तिमन कि इमन छुवन बच्चे निमन बना किहिन, यम क्या करें, यम क्या करें?
वुचो हर कुछ चीज पन पन वक्त मे नश पेशेंट तिमन 2 रेत गमित खानद्रस 3 रेत गमित खानद्रस तम अस बचे गो सब्र कर गाइड लाइन तम फॉलो कर अगर पेशेंटस 5 वरी खुद कम यह रिकमेंडेड गाइड लाइन वर्ल्ड ओवर के कम से कम वरी गि दोशवे बस ग रोजन इकवटे तम पत अगर न बचे हेन तम पत गमिक सीरियस इलाज कर टेस्ट बे सिर्फ यह जनानी खोतमुत कह बच्चे बनान दोशवनी बचन सम जीन्स दोशमल सद तो माजी तवन जनानी योत ब्रो कन मोर्चस पे खानदार पत्किन चूर तह चलान दोशवनी बचन बैक तो वत डॉक्टर समखन सह वन डॉक्टर साहब तथ पे पूर अमल कर.
We have a torchbearer of this PCOS Society of India with us, Dr. Dusha. Dr. Sahib, आप इस वक्त कश्मीर में हैं. What is your overall, analysis of the situation?
Analysis of Kashmir, I'm not sure exactly what is happening here, but the problem has become a woman's problem. WHO has declared infertility as a disease, and this has to be covered by the government. So, in short, PCOS is known to be associated with infertility. PCOS is known to be associated with cardiovascular disease, obesity, all the non-communicable diseases, everything. So we have been now wanting to campaign that we need to have some benefit for the patients from the government sector, public sector. I, in my own capacity as a president of the Indian Society of Assisted Reproduction, have approached the government Ministry of Health that this should be brought under cover of insurance, because infertility is not covered by insurance. This was about 3 or 4 years ago, campaigned with them, and today I'm happy to tell you that infertility is covered by insurance. It has become a part of the insurance program, and initially it was only the small insurance companies who were doing it. Now even the bigger companies have started it. So in a small way it has happened. So it will grow, and that's what I'm saying, that that insurance has started covering it. Let's see, a day may come when it may get covered under the Ayushman Bharat scheme. We never know.
What are the recommendations that are being floated from this conference?
The report from this conference.
I mean,
is that
recommendations,
yes,
maybe
the recommendations are, of course, that PCOS patients have to be well taken care of in terms of their health, number one. Where fertility is concerned, yes, women have a problem because there are certain regulations which every culture has, and in short, there are patients from certain there are patients who need support, and there are certain inhibitions which they have, and they are not, at least I know in Bombay there are certain communities who say we have to speak to the head of our organization, and if we get permission we will go ahead with this whole treatment. So I think those are religious barriers, but otherwise I think women do go through the stress of infertility because finally the burden comes on them. If they have the finances to cover their treatment, they do it. Those women who are working in urban areas have to take leave from work and go ahead with the treatment. It's very stressful when they are working to come to the clinic, get their procedures done, take the injections. It's a stressful procedure, both mentally and physically. So to relieve the stress, I think it's important that we need to support them both financially and mentally and physically.
Thank you so much. Dr. Sabad, you coming from a conservative society like Kashmir, where you have to actually make patients believe that it's a scientific process. तो उसको लेके तो क्योंकि जो पंडित पेशेंट जिन तो पेशेंट छिमा, what is the quantum of patients so that the Kashmiri patients who are listening to you, तुम कारण थोड़ा understand किए.
See, as far as PCOS is concerned, even our Kashmiri population, they are now very well educated, and lots of them have a lot of knowledge already when they come in contact with us. But we have to give them the fine settings, and we have to tell them about the complications. We have to tell them that कि आपका जो fertility problem है, बच्चा होने का problem, या बाल ज़्यादा होने का problem, या सर के बाल झड़ने का problem, या irregular periods होने का problem, PCOS सिर्फ उतना ही नहीं है. It's well beyond these cosmetic concerns. It is beyond the concerns of fertility, and it is actually a metabolic disorder in the making. So whenever they are diagnosed with PCOS, they will have that diagnosis for a lifetime, and they will probably not get cured because as of now there is no cure. इसका कोई permanent इलाज नहीं है. सिर्फ अपना लाइफस्टाइल ठीक करने से, अपना वेट ठीक करने से, खाने पीने पे ध्यान देने से, एक्टिविटी ठीक करने से, एंड एक लाइफ लॉन्ग सुपरवाइज्ड ट्रीटमेंट लेने से, at different stages of life the treatment is different for different symptoms and different complications, usse a PCOS patient can have a very healthy lifestyle. But as of now we do not have a cure, and we want them to understand that and be under constant medical supervision.
Dr. Masma, would you like to add something to this?
Would you like me to talk in Kashmiri?
Yeah, of course.
Which is panin question bin by Sanjun. PCOS shock spectrum. ये शुरू गसान वारिया अर्ली थे वारिया लेट थे शुरू गसन पे अंडरस्टैंड ये कि ऐसे तक मामूली मेंस्ट्रुअल इरेगुलरिटी पे कैंसर तान दिमागस में क्वेश्चन दे कीप चेंजिंग डॉक्टर्स कि नहीं फलानी डॉक्टर ने देखा मेरा PCOS ठीक हो एज डॉक्टर सबाहत सेड PCOS डजंट हैव अ क्योर. इट इज़ लाइक मैं ये बोलना चाहूँगी शुगर बेमार यूता सह पन्ने जिंदगी पे कंट्रोल कर पन्नस खेनस चनस पे पन्नस दवास पे यूता रोज डायबिटीज कंट्रोलस मज यूता रोज तमिस जिंदगी बेहतर तो ऑल माइलस्टोन्स विल बी क्रॉस्ड फाइन. सेम इज ट्रू फॉर PCOS मरीजस तु पन्न टाइम पे पन्न रिक्वायरमेंट्स अमस रिक्वायरमेंट कॉस्मेटिक एट वन पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, एट अदर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हेकि इनफर्टिलिटी एट अदर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम हेकि ओबेसिटी बनित, diabetes बनित, hypertension बनित, तो even to the extent of endometrial cancer. So ये जान खतर कि अच्छुन क्योर के मगर prevention कुन हदस तक साइन नातन मज यूजन बो पन्न youngsters यूजन adolescent age group छु यूजन इनके पलान बढ़ानी छि junk foods पे. I want to send this message straight to them कि bisphenol छु आम कुछ छु यूजन packaged foods मज छु यम करें मल माज थी यम बच्चे थी कि please avoid this, have a healthy lifestyle. बेसिक चीज़ PCOS कंट्रोल कर पन खेन चन आदात ठीक कर पन शोंगन आदात ठीक कर बदकिस्मती से वनकस इंटरनेट के जरिए सारी रात शोंगान हुशार रोजान तो दोहस शोंगान पन टाइम कर स्पेंड इन एरोबिक एक्टिविटीज़ मोस्ट ऑफ इट वचान कि बिल्कुल लाइफ सीडेंटरी गमज बचन क्यों जवान क्यों बुढ़न. अगर यह हेको पन्नस लाइफ स्टाइलस मज चेंजेस अनित हेको वारियास हदस तान PCOS पे कंट्रोल करें. बट ये कहना आसान है, करना मुश्किल है. इसमें वी नीड अ जॉइंट एफर्ट एज पेरेंट्स, एज a patient who's suffering from PCOS, as we as the doctor fraternity plus governmental support. Because हर लेवल पे ह्यूमन बीमारों की डिफरेंट ज़रूरतन होंगी आसान. इस वनों के कंट्रोल को PCOS, but still these patients can have infertility. और infertility का treatment, as Dr. Duru said, rightly said, it's a burden on this on the patient and on the society as such. तो ये आइन स्टेप अगर infertility treatment ये ambit of insurances में तो ये awareness discussion गसिन कि इन साथ इन medical insurance policy निवान छे, they see that infertility is also covered in it, irrespective of whether they are suffering from PCOS or not. Infertility is covered. Each message is भी important पे आसान चीज़ mention. The चीज़ जो newly married आसान चे एकदम से दौड़ते हैं treatment के, and they keep taking so much of ovulation induction it does more harm than good to the patient. So ये चीज़ उन्हें they'll have to avoid that. So message तो यही है, clear and eat raw, walk a mile, sleep through the night. These are the basics and principles of tenets of Islam. Early rising, sleeping early. So ये चीज़ें जो हम अपने इसमें कॉर्पोरेट करेंगे, अपने खाने की मियार को सही करेंगे, तो काफ़ी हद तक हम इस पे काबू कर सकते हैं. क्योर तो नहीं कर सकते till we have more research and till we have more.
बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया.
Thank you.